Hello everybody, this is the Gamers Tech Out Me here with TNT and Baby Street Lace.
Boom.
We're going to be showing you Hero Quest, made by Games Workshop.
From the ages of yore.
From the ages of yore. It's been around forever. Milton Bradley. This was their first board game, I believe.
You run your hand across it, you might even find some real dust.
Real dust. This is a board game, kind of a simplified D&D, but set in the Warhammer fantasy universe.
As far as I know, it was pretty much the first time somebody tried to make like a role-playing fantasy board game, as opposed to just a regular tabletop game. Just like something you could pull out with your family or your kids or your friends and have a quick adventure. And yeah, I think it was pretty much the first time somebody tried to do that.
And it's 2 to 5 players. There's one person is going to be your DM, your dungeon master, GM, as a lot of people would say now, your game master. And yeah, like Street Lace was saying before, I mean, you can definitely see the chaosiness of these guys.
You look closely and you can notice a lot of, especially for the era, and the artwork of Games Workshop, it's not far off. I mean, at first glance, it just, yeah, sure, generic fantasy. But when you look a little bit at that guy, you start to go, wait a minute, I think I've seen dudes like that before.
Those look like
chaosy guys that are trying to spread a little bit of mischief across the land.
Very similar to a Chaos Space Marine from 40K, you know.
Yeah.
But this is fantasy.
Are,
I mean, this is in the early days. It may be early 90s, late 80s.
If I'm not correct, in the fantasy, Warhammer Fantasy, these Chaos dudes, they were all from the northern plains. Like,
yeah, the northern regions.
Like, the Vikings went completely batshit and
started worshiping the Chaos gods. I'm not super savvy with Warhammer Fantasy,
something
so
along those lines.
Yeah, don't take anything. Take everything I say with a grain of sand. But that is Hero Quest, and we're gonna set her up, show you guys what's going on. These things are going for like, well, in good condition, like $600. This one's been beaten up forever.
And our little brother snapped one of the swords on a guy, so
yeah, I told my dad not to let my 5-year-old brother play with it. As soon as I left, of course he did.
He's banging them together like army guys. It's not his fault, but it's, it happens.
That's family, baby. So we'll start with a setup here in just a second.
Hero Quest game system. High adventure in a world of magic. Milton Bradley, ages 10 to adult.
2 to 5 players.
Let's get right into it. Right here, we've got a pretty cool little assembly instruction thing with a little bit of artwork on there. Like, oh shit, you gotta put your guys together, watch out. How to make your cool scenery and little chairs and walls and stuff. And that's really what makes sets of this go for a lot of money, is having these little perfect cardboard, little paper doors. If all your little paper...
No damage.
Because that stuff, I mean, anyone who played with it once or twice, it all got wrecked. So, when these little paper things are all good, that's what makes it worth $600, basically.
And, I mean, I haven't painted any of these miniatures, just because it's so old now, I'd rather not.
It's kind of more nostalgia than anything, and, like, they already look cool to me.
They already look pretty cool. Here's our whole setup.
Alright, so this is like your Dungeon Master's shield here.
And it gives you some of the base rules.
Yep, it's got some stuff that you'd need to know if you've never played a game like this, and it is kind of a dumbed down D&D sort of thing, but it's true enough to role-playing games that I think that it's, even someone who's a big fan of this kind of stuff or someone who's never played it before, you have a lot of fun. And of course, it has sweet cover art. I mean, that's how badass the Dungeon Master is. I mean, he's running the show.
You're God.
And also another important thing of these is to not lose all your special little cards, which get lost. As you can see, they're just loose in the box, like we're a couple of madmen.
There could be a couple missing.
But,
I haven't played it in years. It was almost a complete set when I got it. My buddy gave it to me. I had no idea that it was worth so much money.
This right here is important. Tells you what all your little things are. All the tiles, what they mean, yada yada. How much stuff is worth, because you can sell stuff and make some money in this game.
And no, you might see a cigarette occasionally panning into the camera. We're smokers. We know it's evil, but
we don't approve of it.
We don't approve.
It makes us angry that we do it even.
Yes.
So
it's bad for the children. Got all of our cards here. All the spell cards have to go together.
You always want to have the original character sheets that come with the game. Because why not? That's cool. I'm pretty sure I've got one in here that I made. Yep, Ikazid. That's the name of my personal dark elf. I've written little short stories about him and stuff. And yeah, obviously the last time we played, we were getting down. Looks like I had potions and stuff. But yeah, these are very old pieces of paper that we've erased and rewritten many times.
These cards are stuck together, probably from.
I don't know why there's a pen in here. A pen next to this kind of scares me.
It's a terrible idea.
We got some graph paper in case you have to get some ideas locked in. Oh boy. We got some more random paper. I guess for the purposes of loose leaf paper. These are the kind of things I was talking about. These little paper guys. As you can see, ours are pretty beat up. We don't really take a lot of care in putting this stuff away when we play with it.
Also, yeah, one of my favorite games, and I had no idea that it was worth an insane amount of money.
But we do have all the paper stuff. It's just some of it's a little beat up. Like that fell off its base. No problem. Fix that up.
We're not even sure if it'll fit on this wee table that
we got a torture rack here, legit, with a rat on it. So just to nibble at you.
Just to show you.
While you're in pain. This guy here is your Conan the Barbarian type hero that most people are probably going to want to play as. I mean, let's be honest. He's a big...
Well, bring him right up to the camera there.
He's the guy on the cover art that made the game look so cool in the first place.
There's the bend in the sword that my little brother put in.
Yeah, I mean, he's still good to go. Heroes, you know, they can take a couple knocks to their honor. This here we got the Drow elf. That's what I use him for. Is my elf. You can be an elf of any type, I guess. Rogue.
Bring him down a little bit.
Something like that.
Elf ranger.
Ranger. You could get creative with it. It doesn't really matter what you say it is.
The dwarf warrior. Ba-boom.
As you can see, even unpainted, there is a simple color scheme to them. The heroes are red.
Sorcerer.
The red guys are always your good guys.
Yes, they're organized and everything.
Orcs and people of that ilk are green. Skeletons are white. Chaos dudes are, I guess, armor colored, gunmetal, something like that. This guy's pretty freaking cool. You got like a chaos sorcerer there. Some kind of big customer there.
Yeah. This box has literally not been opened in probably 8 years.
Got a nice pencil in here with a really bad eraser. These are the special little dice that you need. They're kind of wearing out.
They've been around the horn. They are 30-something years old now.
So there's a couple of those. Let's get all this crap out of here. Here, a quest book. It's important, I guess. Looks like
one of the characters that I had
some
made.
Extra character sheet there. Looks like a bunch of items, honestly. It might have been a notation for the dungeon master to use or something.
And we will come back to you guys once we got this a little more organized. We were just showing you the unboxing, the goodness, and
that is basically all still here.
That's basically all there.
Alright folks, it's a really easy setup. You just go through the booklet, it'll tell you where to put all your cool little dudes and doors and all that stuff. And then once you go through the rooms, it'll show you like what monsters are inside. It's a fun game. Play it with your family. Play it with the kids. It's great. There's a good Facebook page. It's called Ye Old Inn. And they show all kinds of cool stuff. They've actually started producing the game again and a whole bunch of expansions for it. So, give her a try and be good, be safe, and enjoy the game. And I am sorry about the quality. I'm getting used to editing videos again after 15 or plus years. So, I apologize for that, and I'm hoping to get a better quality product starting coming out. I'm going to use a different video editor, so take her easy.